You're on my right. What's up, guys? This is Matt. That's Dan, who is Opie's under me, and Tim is under Dan. And this is our live Game of Thrones after shows for season 6, episode 8, premiered on Sunday, June 12th. I don't know. I'm looking at over here. I don't know if I'm pointing the right way or not.
Just point in different directions. That's all you gotta do is.
Yeah, we're here in these boxes.
And if you walk over this way.
As we always do, we just finished watching Game of Thrones, like I said, season 6, episode 8. And we're going to run through it just like we always do, but real quick, first impressions.
Go.
I'll go then.
Okay.
I didn't love this one except for Arya Born at the end.
Arya Born.
But other than that, I
you mean
thought
Arya Connors, John?
I thought this one was probably the slowest of the season. I think it's getting, it's setting up what we have left. We only got 2 episodes left this season. We got an awesome preview for next week, and I hope the whole episode is just Jon Snow versus Ramsay Bolton.
That's right.
But I don't know.
It was a slower
happened in this
episode.
one.
There wasn't much that happened. I thought it was still a really good episode, though.
I won't say that nothing happened because they did take over River Run.
Yeah, but that was kind of a weak way of doing it, and you had some things happen with stuff there with Daenerys. There, but that'll probably be covered in episode 10, I'm guessing.
Yeah,
that stuff. But not a super exciting one, but yeah, Arya Born, that was the best part. I agree.
It was a big chess match episode. A lot of moving pieces, a lot of things getting kind of set up again, like the entire season.
Yeah, and a couple of name drop moments where you're like, wait, what? What's she doing? What's she supposed to do? Who's that? Wait, what? And we'll get to those when we go through the notes. But a couple of things that maybe we are supposed to know, but we don't really know. And
I don't know.
We might be if we're sure idiocy when that happens and comes to those parts. But if everybody's ready, we'll get started.
Yeah, run us through. Let's do it.
Okay, so as always, we go through everything that happened in the episode. Here we go. It starts out in the Westeros play. And what's her face? That was the other name I need to look up beforehand. What's her face chick?
The nice actress lady.
the good Cersei is performing her part, and she is playing it very well. She does an excellent job on stage. She comes backstage, takes off her wig, ready. She hears the sound. She loses the clothes, and there's a bleeding Arya on the floor.
Real quick.
Okay.
What do you think made them change it from a comedy to a real full live drama?
I think it's still a comedy. I think her part always just comes across as a drama part.
Okay.
Right.
They didn't.
She rewrote that on Arya's suggestion.
Right. Okay. That's what I was wondering.
So,
that's right. That's right.
She finds Arya in the wardrobe with a lion and a witch. And get it, lion witch. Okay, sorry. So she takes her home like a lost little puppy that's been stabbed, and takes her in and bandages her up. Tells her, "Listen, I've done this a million times. Most of the guys I'm with are really bad, and I stab them. I put a few holes in them, then I bandage them up to be nice.
Just like Mama says not to do. I keep going back.
Yes, that was a little crazy. Oh, I'm good at putting holes in guys.
Right.
I'm trifling.
My drinking's a
Sure,
little bit
trifling
over the
what you
top.
meant.
Right. So she asks Arya as well. She's like, "Do you want to go? We're about to leave. We're going to Pentos. You want to go with us?" And Arya's just kind of like, "No, if you're with me, you're not safe. It's not a good idea for you to do that." And it kind of goes from there. She pours a little milk of the poppy in a glass for Arya, gives her the drink, and Arya's kind of nervous at taking it first because she just doesn't want to sleep through the night. But it's no big deal. She takes it and she falls asleep, so she gets rest, so she can start healing up.
Little milk in the poppy, just like college. Am I right, guys?
All night.
It was bad. It was way
wrong. So we jump from there. We go to a few guys sitting around a campfire talking about the proper way to kiss, and it's a little awkward around.
Way too far.
Way too far.
Strange.
Strange acting there, and it's so funny because it's just like you see the Hound marching up from behind, and just he's like on a mission to just slaughter these dudes, and he pretty much does. He splits them all in two. Takes the first guy's head off with one swing, comes around, chops the other dude up, just messed them all up, and asked where the rest of them were. The guy didn't reply and ended up killing that guy too. Told me he died terribly. Those are going to be your last words. And kills that guy. Again, the Hound is always awesome. He just takes over. He's the man.
The Hound is awesome. He's even cooler now that he's
like semi-good Hound, or
yeah. I mean, I like
Hound.
Hound 2.0.
It's tropey, but I like the Hound that was sort of a bad killer guy, and now he's trying to just put that life behind him and just have a normal life.
What I like about him is he's honest. He's one of the only characters in the whole show that is super honest about everything.
Yeah.
To his credit,
he will not say anything that he's not going to do.
To his credit, you go way back to the first season. He tried to keep Cersei. He generally cared about, what was going on. Sansa, excuse me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But no, you're absolutely right. He does what he was supposed to do. He is a jerk, and he'll kill anybody, but he did do his duty. And again, even when he was a bad guy, he was still he was always honest and never told anybody any lies or anything. He was always an honest man all the way through this. But yeah, he's even cooler now that he's kind of trying to get away from the bad side, the dark side. We go from there, we jump over to Marine, and we have Varys and Tyrion walking through the streets. One of the Red Priestesses is talking there in the marketplace about the greatness of Dany and how she's so amazing. She's got dragons, and she's just getting through all the titles of Dany. And Varys and Tyrion's walking there. And Varys is about to go on an expedition. We don't know if we're supposed to know about this expedition. This is one of those moments where we're like, are we supposed to know this? I don't know if we're supposed to or not. But Varys is leaving. He's going somewhere. He mentions Westeros again. Whether he's going back there or not, I don't know. But I think Tyrion's a little worried about losing his buddy heading off in this way. Because Tyrion's he's got Grey Worm and he's got Melisandre. And it's like, we've seen how those two act. They're sticks in the mud. At least he had Varys to goof off with every once in a while. But yeah, he's kind of worried being left there without Varys. I think it shows in his face when Varys finally decides to go down that road and head out of there. Again, we don't know what the expedition is. It jumps there, and Cersei's talking with Qyburn. Well, she's sitting there, and Qyburn comes in and is like, there's some faith militants in the Red Keep. They want to talk to you. And she's like, does my son know about this?
She's like, tell him I'm not here.
Right. And she's like,
take a message. I got a meeting.
And Qyburn's like, they're kind of adamant about seeing you right now. And she's like, all right, whatever. I'll come out. Mountain's right with her. They get out there, and the young one, that's the cousin. He's like, and I can't remember his name. He mentions like, you need to come with us now, or there'll be violence. That was just when the violence remark comes up. I was like, do you guys have a mountain behind you as well? Because I don't know what you bunch of little boys are going to do with your sticks.
Well, exactly. So she says she chooses violence, and the mountain steps in front of her. And Lancel is the cousin.
Lance Digger, yeah.
Step aside, sir. I'm like, he's up here, you're down here.
I give it to those guys for having some balls to step up to him. I'll give them that.
I mean, I guess, if you've got the Lord of the Seven Sons, whatever it is, behind you.
You can do anything. Well, the one guy plants his axe or spike right in his chest, and he just kind of pulls it out, looks at it, throws it to the side, and then goes to destroying that man in his face and everything else.
Fatality.
And rips his head off.
His head off.
Ripped it off.
OFF off.
Right.
Yeah.
And the rest of the group is standing over there like, we choose not violence anymore. We'll see.
Right.
We're going to talk to the High Sparrow. We'll show you.
He's not going to like this.
As they're running away, you'll be back. We swear we will. And they all take off down the stairwell, and Cersei's just super happy with herself. Very cool scene. I love it when the mountain just destroys someone. That's just always awesome. So we go in there, and Brienne and Pod are showing up at River Run. They're there on Sansa's behalf to bring a letter to the Blackfish. they kind of get surrounded by some Lannister knights. They're like, we need to talk to Jaime and see if he'll let us in. And Pod's kind of hanging out there, and old Bronn sneaks up behind him and puts him in a choker move.
Got you, you rookie. Got you, squire.
I've forgotten about Bronn and Podrick, being, hanging out.
They've always known each other from the Tyrion days. But he's like, why are you still a squire? What do you think they're doing in there? You think they're having sex? I think they're having sex. I'd have sex with her. What about you, Pod? You're Mr. King Dingling. Why don't you jump in there and hit that? And so they get to talking about his training.
Bronn is the other one. You said that the Hound was the only one who speaks the truth. Bronn
is another one. Yeah, he's another one that you can always get behind because he's always telling the truth. He asks him about, Pod's like bragging a little bit. He's like, yeah, I'm her squire, and she trains me every morning, every night. You don't even know, Bronn. I'm getting tough and strong. I was like, okay, well, let's try something. If you get your spacing, Bron's like, bam! Oh, uppercut, man. Come on.
I'm getting big. I'm doing big boy things.
That's right. I'm going to be strong one day. I'm better than a squire. Show you, Bronn. Needless to say, that whole part was hilarious to me. Jaime comes in, he's talking to Brienne, and Jaime's proud of Brienne for finding Sansa, and they're kind of discussing the Tully situation. They go through all the parts, like, this is way too political. And Jaime's kind of like, let's not talk politics anymore. We don't this whole Tully, Lannister, who owns what, why it's owned. This is like the question Matt had last week. He's like, how do they own the Tully River Run, yet it was given to so-and-so, but they didn't really get it because they're not there. How is that even possible?
There's no documentation.
So, again, terrible documentation in Westeros.
There's no records. You can't go down to the courthouse and pull deeds.
Exactly. Well, it changed like every few weeks because somebody's raiding somebody else.
No permits, nothing.
Brienne asks, she's like,
no permission.
I will talk to Blackfish. You guys can have River back. Just let us march north with Blackfish because let us do that safely. And I will talk about it getting out of here. You guys can have River back. The phrase will be happy. We'll be good to go. Jaime's like, okay, no problem. She goes to give him his sword back. And Jaime's like, no, that's your sword now. I gave it to you for what you needed to do. It's your sword. You deserve it more than I do.
Remind me what the oath was. She said that she fulfilled her promise when he gave her the sword. Was it to get him back home, right?
Yeah, bring Sansa home, I think.
Sansa back.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yes. Correct.
Yes.
Thanks, Matt. Thanks for testing us.
She was going to take Jaime to Cersei to get Sansa.
Yes.
And bring her back. It didn't work out that way because Sansa escaped on her own.
And then Jaime gave her the sword to protect Sansa once she does find her to get her home. And that's how that all went down. So it goes from there. Brienne and Pod get into the castle. They're talking Blackfish. He is stubborn as all get out. He doesn't care.
Yeah, he is.
He's just like, I don't even know her handwriting. I don't know her. I don't met her. Whatever. I don't care. I'm not giving up this castle. This is my family's home. Well, she kind of tells him, he really needs her to do this because it would help out a ton. Anyways, it gets serious towards the end of it where he's finally just like, I don't even have enough men to send her. He's like, yeah, but you have more than, she has now. Or you will increase her numbers. Just bring your people if you'll do this. He's like, nope.
Anything will do. Just help.
Yeah.
Anything.
And then finally she looks at Pod and says, we need to find a septon to send a Raven to Sansa and tell him I failed to get the Blackfish out of here. So it goes from there. We jump back to King's Landing, and we have everybody in the court in the throne room. And Cersei comes in. She doesn't know what's going on. Kind of late notice. And she's like, hey, what's going on? What's this royal announcement? I should have been informed. We're having a royal announcement. It's happening here in a minute. Her uncle's just kind of short with her. And then she goes to walk up on stage. She's like, no. You're in the court with the others. You stay down here. So she kind of goes to her position. And Tommen comes over, and he's sitting back talking to, Pycelle? Maester Pycelle, I think is his maester. Talking to him, he comes around, and he kind of gives a little speech there about the seven and how the two pillars are the church and the kingdom, blah, 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 blah. And gives a date for Cersei's and Loras's trials, which will happen within the month. And he kind of drops a bomb on Cersei with the whole, the king is now removing the trial by combat option anyone had. Boom. Total bomb
mind blown.
Dropped on the old Cersei.
Mommy gets pissed.
Yeah.
And I kind of feel like this is the first time in any episode that we've seen a new law or new legislation made.
That's been drinking.
Rusty table.
I'm on the road. Had a couple beers in there. But he just. I mean, I thought it was cool to hear him sit there and say, from here on out, we're not doing. It's not going to be this way anymore. This was a way for the rich and the powerful to skirt their responsibility,
right.
And now they're going to be held responsible for their actions. I mean, I kind of thought seeing that was cool. But does that mean we're not going to get the Clegane Bowl?
No, you're not. I don't think you would have anyways. Well, Clegane's no longer with the church now. He's running with the Brotherhood of Without Banners. The married men of Brotherhood Without Banner guys, dudes.
But I was thinking that he would get back at some point, and yeah, it wouldn't have happened this season, I guess. But I was thinking at some point he would get back, and Loras would have him. I don't know. I
wonder if Cersei's gonna be like the first Lannister to die out of their kids. You know, because you got Jaime and Cersei and Tyrion. Tyrion's kind of gone good. Jaime's still like up in the air. I don't get him sometimes. And then Cersei's like straight evil, but then you're happy when she puts down the Faith Militant because you hate them more. But then you still hate Cersei because she's Cersei.
It's a tier. It's a hierarchy. It's like, I hate you, but I hate this person more. So when they're going at it, I like the one that I hate.
So I wonder if it'll end up being where Cersei just goes through all this court stuff and ends up in jail, just prison, locked away, or is killed. You know, because of all this. Who knows?
Well,
everybody's turning their back on her, which is how it should be. The only person she's got is Qyburn, and she's got the mountain. There's nobody else in the city that cares. Even her son now is not even talking to her and following her. She has no one. And
that was brutal.
Yeah, the Queen of Thorns even told her, like, you have ruined everyone's lives. Why would we even like you?
Right.
So it's just kind of like she's kind of just shut down, and I think it's all going to fall apart for her. So it's removed by that. You know, you can see it on Cersei's face how she's just kind of like destroyed when Tom's kind of like, hey, Mom, walking out. See you later.
Hope you're not mad.
I love you, baby. My wife's going to give me the sex if I say this, so that's why I did it.
Dude, no kidding. Yeah, it's Marjorie. I would sell my mom down the river for Marjorie. That's all I'm saying.
But right at the end of that, Qyburn leans in and says, you know, that other thing you wanted me to investigate, that rumor. And she's like, yeah, is there any meat to it? And he's like, yes, there is. We don't know. That was the other rumor. We don't know of Vari's expedition, and we don't know of this rumor that supposedly Cersei has had investigated that's really true, and who the rumor's about. So, kind of bring another play in her book, but who knows if it's going to work out or not.
Yeah, I don't. Like I said, I don't know that we're supposed to know, but I'm really interested.
Yeah,
because it's like just when you think that Cersei's going to get hers, there's something else. She might have some other way out. You know.
Yeah. Yep. It's assumedly ammunition against the Sparrow.
I would.
Yeah,
I would think so. Yeah. It'd be something to try to disgrace him in some way. So
right.
So we go back up to the top of the pyramid there in Marine, and we got Grey Worm, Tyrion, and Missandei, and they're all hanging out. And Tyrion's just trying to just get these people to loosen up a little bit. He's like, "Here's some wine. We'll slip a little milk of the poppy in here." Just live and He's like telling jokes. He's trying to get them. Finally, Missandei tells a joke, and Grey Worm's just like, "That is the worst joke I have ever heard. Do not ever tell jokes again. That was terrible." And finally, they're all laughing and they're goofing off and they're having a good time and they're drinking wine, and then it's ruined because there's all kinds of ships in the harbor, and all the masters have shown back up, and all the alarms went off, and it's all the masters coming back to claim their property, pretty much. So what it does is right there, it's just like Tyrion made the bad call on the whole, hey. Let's let the masters go until they can have slavery for 7 more years. It was the wrong call, but it starts right there. But anyways, Matt, you want to say something?
So, when
Greyjoys.
Yes,
that'd be fast building 1,000 ships that quick, though.
No, I thought it was Greyjoys.
Greyjoys escaped with all their ships.
I thought it was the original.
They didn't escape with all the ships. They only escaped with a few ships.
Well, they escaped with some. But when I saw those ships pulling up before they started raining fire on Marine. I thought it was going to be Theon and his sister and all that bunch, because last week his sister, right before she went to F the T's off the girl. She said that she was going to sail over to Essos and hook up or link up with Daenerys. Then I thought that was them.
They didn't steal that many ships, guys. They stole like 3 or 4. They didn't get that.
No, they stole the whole fleet. They stole
they stole all the ships.
No, they didn't. They didn't show
they did.
No, they didn't. You need to go back and watch that episode. They even say they took the fastest ships out of our fleet. They say that on the shoreline while they're looking at the ships.
Because Euron Greyjoy said that he wanted more. I don't know.
Yeah, he wants more ships built, but it doesn't matter.
all I saw a bunch of ships, and when I see ships, I think Iron Isles and the Greyjoys because they are.
I agree.
The
but there wasn't that many that turned away from Euron. There was just a small group of them, and they took 4 or 5 of the fastest ships within the fleet. So they that whole fleet that was coming on. At first, I thought the same thing too. It's like, well, maybe it's the Greyjoys coming in on this. I don't know, but it was just too many ships. And then, of course, they start talking about the Masters because I guess on the sails you can see the markings or whatever they're on there. Anyways, that part goes all through. We go back. We jump back, and Jaime's talking to Lord Edmure in the tent, just kind of discussing stuff with him, and he apologizes for his treatment, said he'd be treated better. He's like, why would I take your word? You're the one, you're a knight that stabbed your own king in the back. Why would I follow anything you say? There's nothing you can do that can, change my mind about you. And Jaime's trying to be, I don't know.
They did this last week too.
Yeah. Anyways, so sorry for the technical difficulty. If it cuts out for a second, we apologize.
There it goes. Yep.
We're talking about Edmure and Jaime talking. Edmure doesn't trust Jaime one bit. Jaime kind of walks in and pretty much tells us, he's telling her about Catelyn, about Cersei, and how they're violent and want to get back to their children, how they're kind of cut above every other mother you would think of. And then he pretty much says, I love my sister. I don't care how you take that, but anything and everything I can do to get back to her, I'm going to do. So I don't care about you. I don't care about this castle. I'll go get your baby boy and fling him over the wall in a catapult. Yeah, I don't care.
But a few minutes ago you said that Tyrion's kind of he's been fairly good for a while. Cersei's pretty much evil, and Jaime we don't know, but Jaime is whatever Cersei needs him to be. So I think he's a fairly decent person. Until it comes to Cersei. I mean, Cersei trumps everything to him.
I guess.
And he's a good guy until he needs to do something bad for her sake.
Right.
And then all bets are off.
I still think he wants to do whatever Cersei wants, but the new Jaime has second thoughts about how he does it.
Yeah, he doesn't. Right. I mean, he doesn't.
Maybe.
I don't know.
He could have handled this whole thing a different way.
Well, he could have just started the castle and just did it that way, but maybe it's just the smarter way to do it. But yeah, he's just, I don't know. And sometimes you like Jaime, and other times it's like, Jaime, why are you such a douchebag still? And in the books, I think he fades more from Cersei because in the later books, she becomes an alcoholic, sleeping around, trying to keep power, and he's already left, gone. He's running the Riverlands with Brienne down there, helping the small folk. So he's like completely changed the character. And in the show, they're making him out to just be like a one-trick podium. I love Cersei. I do everything Cersei says. That's it. And he's got a deeper character than that from the books, at least.
I just don't get that because she's such a bitch. I just don't get. I mean,
I don't know, man. So we go from there, and it shows Lord Edmure walking up to the front gate. It's nighttime at the River Run, and he hollers up. He's like, "Drop the gate! I'm the Lord Commander of this keep. You need to let me in. I'm here to come in." The Blackfish's like, "Don't let him in. This is a trap. They've brainwashed him. He's going to try to give it." They're like, "Nope, you're not the Lord of this manor, dude. We have to follow what he says down there. He is the Lord of this castle." And
he says, "You're not my Lord, or something. You're not the Lord, my Lord."
Yeah, you're not the Lord, my Lord. He's a Lord. Blackfish is the Lord, but just not the Lord of that keep.
You're a Lord. You're just not my Lord.
That's right. And so they do as Lord Edmure says. They go down, they drop the drawbridge, he comes in, he says, "Throw all your arms down, let the Lannisters in," and find the Blackfish. And it's kind of like, all right, well, he did exactly what the Blackfish said. Meanwhile, Blackfish is sneaking Brienne and Podrick out the back, down on the river to get them out of there. And Brienne's like, "You can still come fight for your family over here if you just, come with us. You can do this. And he's like, nope, I'm going to stay here. This is my home. Let me go try to sword fight. I'm not that good, but I'm going to give it a shot anyways. And pretty much he gets killed. We hear that when the guard reports to Jamie. And then Jamie sees Brienne and Podrick down the river getting away. And, of course, Jamie, he still cares for old Brienne, so he doesn't say anything. Just gives her a weird wave. Like, see you later. And she kind of waves.
So I love the Jamie Brienne. Uh-oh.
Yeah. Oh,
That you, Tim?
I think we're losing one.
Yeah, Tim's at work, ladies and gentlemen, so he's got a call. He's got to go on. I love the Jamie Brienne relationship because it's not, when they were traveling around with each other, it looked like it might turn into a romance, but I like that it didn't. I like that it's just a really deep-seated respect for each other. Yeah. You know, I think maybe there's feelings there, but I don't know that they're.
I don't think it is
necessarily romantic. I think they're just respect.
I don't think it's respect. I think she's the only one that makes him feel honorable.
Yes.
Nobody else makes him feel honorable. She's the only one that's ever heard his whole side of the story and makes him feel like he's a true knight, as opposed to being this hack that everybody thinks he is. So I think that might be the only thing. That's why he respects her.
But I like their relationship. It's not the typical, man and woman hate each other, but then they spend a lot of time together, and then then they fall in love. I like that it's just respect and a deep friendship. You know.
I agree. So let's.
Okay, so hold on. It's time for that part of the show where Matt doesn't know something.
So what is a Game of Thrones?
What game? So I can't get my brain around. I don't know why I have so much trouble with River Run. But why do the Lannisters want it exactly?
The reason. I don't know how to explain this to you for the 400th time. It's not the Lannisters that want it. It belongs to the Freys. The Lannisters promised it to the Freys. They're going to help the Freys get it back.
Okay. The Lannisters promised it to the Freys.
Yes.
Okay, gotcha. Why did they do that?
So that they would have a red wedding and kill all the Starks.
So the Freys would kill the Stark.
Got it. Now it clicks.
So is Jamie part of the Lannisters, or is
he loves Cersei, but she's his sister? That's gross.
If this show could just stay away from River Run, that's all I ask. Just stay away from River Run. Matt's just like, what's River Run? It's a castle?
I can't get my brain. I don't know why River Run F's me up so bad, but I can't figure it out. It's like this mysterious castle that has all this power, and I don't know why.
People want it, but nothing happens.
Yep.
Right.
So
I was like, is it the center of the entire world, and like all of the war happens in there?
It's just a keep that was promised to a family. That's it. Again, no paperwork in Westeros. Nobody knows who belongs to what. So we go from there. We have ships firing on Marine, just lighting up the place. Huge battles happening. I've been drinking now too. So Grey Worm and Tyrion and Melisandre are up at the top of the tower. Tyrion's like, listen, okay, my bad about the whole slave thing. My bad. I called that wrong. I was off. I get one, guys. And they're like, shut up, go stand
Rookie
up there.
card.
You're not talking anymore. He's like, we need to get the Unsullied down with the beach. And Grey Worm's like, shut up. Nope, you don't. Your talking days are done right now. Shut up. Kind of like sitting there, like, we're gonna hold the pyramid. This is what we can hold. It's all we can hold. And all of a sudden, some racket happens up on the top of the pyramid. There, they send out one of the Unsullied, and who knows? It's Daenerys, mother of dragons, born of the sun, breaker of chains, dancer of
breaking and
songs.
entering,
Rocker of my world and
Maker of sandwiches.
burner of clothes
master
and
of clothes, fires, whatever.
rider of dragons and mother of pearls.
Dany is back. Daenerys has returned to Marine, which is awesome. And she didn't give a speech this time because they're already in battle. This is totally cool. I think she's gonna have some words with Tyrion, though. That's for sure. But we'll see what happens. I think that'll all come to fruition probably in 10. 9 looks like it's gonna be based way around the Ramsay and Jon Snow battle kind of thing. But
I mean, was I the only one disappointed? I wanted to see Drogon set all the ships on fire. I thought that's what was going to happen. Is he was going to fly in?
And we'll see that when they go back to it. This was just kind of the start of it. I think they just kind of faded from that. They just wanted to show that Dany was back in the city now. So we go from there. We jump to the Hound again, heading down the road. He's looking for the rest of the guys. Runs into the Brotherhood. They're all standing there. They've got the 3 last guys all strung up. The nice little back and forth of Clegane trying to claim 2 of them. I want to split their heads open with an axe. No. Hang them. Oh, but they die too quick that way. In this way, they suffer more. No, we got to do it this way. Okay, whatever. Kicks the logs out from underneath them. The guys die off. But Clegane kind of goes back with them to their camp for some food, drink, and everything. He's kind of sitting there talking to him, and they're kind of recruiting him. And the Brotherhood's kind of saying, like, we're going north. We think there is some undead stuff and some crazy stuff happening up there. This is where we're going, and we think you need to be part of it because you're the kind of guy who can be in battle and destroy stuff.
Yeah.
So you
know what?
kind of need to go with us. What?
The dog got loot off that dead guy. Did you see him loot the guy? He got loot.
Oh, he got boots.
Oh yeah,
he got level 2 boots of the Hound.
The Hound.
But it increases stamina.
Yeah, it increases armor by 2.
So they're kind of telling him, like, there's a bigger thing going on. Why would the Red God keep him alive? Why would he make this drunk priest somebody special? Why would he let you be so great at what you do? We need you to be part of this, to come into battle with us. And at the end of it, he's kind of really thinking about it. It seems like he was really contemplating going. And I think he should. I think he should go north, and all the Brotherhood should join with Starks, with Jon.
Yes.
And be part of that whole battle. So we'll see, but I think they know something about the winter coming and the whispers of the dead rising and all this stuff. So they're kind of heading that way to be like, all right, we're gonna go up there and see what we can do, which is cool. And finally, we get to the last part. What was that?
I was just saying the Hound versus White Walkers.
That'd be awesome.
That it doesn't get any better than that. I love the conversation between the Hound and the Brotherhood when the greatest argument about how to kill a guy, hanging versus chopping him up.
That's the best part of this show is those small talks about some craziness. Well, you guys just kill them too quickly; they're not going to suffer. Yeah, but they're dead already. Yeah, but chopping them up's better. So we get to the final part of the show, which is all about Arya, which we were very upset with her last week. At least I was. She is sleeping, kind of waking up from the milk of the poppy now. The actress, who I've completely forgot her name, is in the kitchen.
The nice actress lady.
Nice actress lady person. Is
I do have to go. Had to walk in.
Oh, okay.
All right, see you, man.
Oh no, that's gonna mess up the scene. We lost him. Welcome back. We have double the Matt. So Arya's asleep. She's waking up. The super hot, awesome actress lady person is cooking some breakfast, and we see a figure standing behind her when she climbs up on the stool. And she turns, and it is, well, we know it's Waif, but it looks like another gentleman. And Arya's kind of still coming out of it fuzzy. She hears something happen in the kitchen, walks out, and actress lady's dead. Just boom. Slit around the throat, just gone. The Waif's character's kind of standing there, she's like, here I am here to kill you, Jason Bourne. And Arya's like, no, you're not, because I'm Arya Bourne, and jumps out the window. And the chase goes all through the town. They're jumping over cop cars. They're sliding under stuff. It's insane. They get back to, a couple points through the chase. Arya's taking some major jumps. And, of course, her belly's bleeding again. She's busted open again. And she's kind of hurting. And you're just kind of sitting there thinking, like, there's no way she can win this fight if she has to go toe-to-toe with Waif. She's hurt. She's really, really hurt. And she kind of creeps into the old room that she was staying in where Needle was. And there's a lit candle there. And Waif comes in behind her. And Arya kind of stands up and just takes the light out. And that's it. That's all you get. which is good. That was a smart move on her part because she's used to being blind and fighting in that way. So,
and did you make mention of how awesome the Jason Bourne style racing was, and jumping through windows and off of balconies? And...
Right, there was a lot of parkour going on.
And Waif, she really wanted Arya dead. She can't be reasoned with. She will not stop until she doesn't feel hurt or pain or remorse.
Waif T-1000.
And she absolutely will not stop.
It's the Waif 1000. What's happening the whole time? Anyway, so the light goes out. It comes back up. We see a man in a building walking around. He's following a trail of blood. He goes into the room with all the faces that are used for the assassins and stuff like that, for the face of the minigods. And he goes and looks and kind of looks at the wall, and boom, there's Waif's face cut out, sat there on there, and Arya's kind of got her needle pointed right at him, and a man's like, I totally trained you right. It's like, wait, no, you didn't. Yeah. Shut up.
You win. He's like, surprise.
That was all a test.
It was totally a test. I did it on purpose.
He says to her, he's like, finally a girl is no one. And then she's like, no, I'm Arya Stark and I'm going home, sucker. Then drops the mic and walks out.
No, yeah, and he just kind of nods his head. And,
right, just like, I did it again. I'm so good. Yeah. Like, no, you didn't do anything. But they talk about it at the end of the episode, which kind of gives it a little saving grace, is like, he kind of respects her. Like, he gave her the training. He knows who she is and what she can do. And he kind of has a higher, I guess, respect for her than he did of Waif, because Waif's just a killer. A killer's a killer. Arya's wanting to do this for a specific reason and knows exactly what she wants and how she wants to do it. And I think that gives her a little bit more respect from him. But it's still kind of a cheesy way to do it. Like, he just gives the old nod, like, I'm good. I know what I'm doing here.
Well, I mean, I wonder, though, if...
All my idea.
Didn't we say last week that that we thought something was going to happen that would clear her name or would remove their want to kill her? I mean...
well, and this had to happen. Waif or her were going to die. That was going to have to happen either way. But and then she brings the face back away and is like, this pays the debt of what I owe.
I thought she was going to take Waif's face and wear it and go back into the house and kill him. He would think she was Waif. Yeah. But I don't want him to die because I still like Yakin. But
I don't know.
So let me ask you this now. So Arya is now on the path of going back home.
Yeah, she's going home.
Which is pretty cool because then we'll have Sansa and Jon and Arya together. But what's your opinion? Would you rather have that, or would you rather have her? Would you rather have had her stay with the House of Black?
She had to go back at some point. There was going to have to happen. But I don't know. I don't think she's going to end up with Jon and Sansa. Not for a while. She's going back.
It'll take her a while to get home.
Well, she's not going to go straight home. She's going to King's Landing. She's going to go try to kill some people. She ain't going straight to the House of the Starks. She's got things she's got to do. She's not worried about that much. She knows she's got her list still of the people she's going to kill and who has to die. And so that's what she's going back to Westeros for. She'll probably end up later on back with her brother and her sister, and probably end up back with her wolf as well. That's running. Her dire wolf's still alive, running around. That one and Ghost are the only two left. And so I think that'll happen, but that won't happen till late in the season or the following season. I think it'll be more of Arya still on her own, going around, dropping people like suckers.
Yeah, and it's cool. She knows how to do that. So I mean, I'm okay with it now because I still don't think she's going to be that great of an assassin because Waif kicked her ass up and down every time they were together. It's not like, normally in these kinds of things you see the student becomes the master and the student.
Do you think Arya was playing her the whole time? I remember when Arya was blind, Waif used to kick her butt all the time. But when Waif got caught in the darkness with Arya, Waif got her butt kicked. She died. So Arya has an advantage because she's fought blind. But other ways, it could be Arya could have been holding back, and now is going to be super awesome. You never know. But we'll see when it gets to that point. But good episode. I thought it was good. Not as good as some of the other ones we've had this year. I think we've had a couple that haven't lived up to everything, but still, it's building a lot. The preview for the next episode,
doggy,
buddy, it looks like a big old battle. That's what it's going to be.
And they didn't show anything from any other storyline except John versus Ramsey.
Yep.
And I hope that's what it is. It reminds me of the entire episode that from a season or two ago at the wall. Yeah. Where the whole thing was just that one big battle.
Yep. I hope they do the same thing here. I think they will. This will be their big. It seems like this might be the big episode of the season.
Well, the ninth episode is always.
It's John versus Ramsey. I mean, come on, it's gonna be big. Yeah. Hopefully, we'll see one dead on the battlefield, and it'll be the one we hate.
I thought it was interesting in the preview. He says, "If I fall, don't bring me back."
Yeah. Well, he may not want to. I don't know. We'll see.
But he's not going to die. It's Jon Snow. They're not going to kill him. The main characters never die, so he's fine.
You've never read a George R. R. Martin book.
He's good.
But anyways, that is it, guys. We thank you for paying attention and listening. We're sorry for the technical issues we had. We're sorry that you have to double up on that.
It's what happens when I go on the road. Everything falls apart.
We will have.
So we made it up to you by having two of me.
That's right. We will be back again next week with our thoughts on episode 9. We got 2 more to go, but we have something planned for after that. So please stick around. We'll tell you guys details after episode 10. That's something cool that we had planned. Well, it's cool to us. If you want to watch it or not, that's up to you. But thank you again for watching. Go to all of our listed sites that we have down below, Twitch and nerdpunch and Facebook, and you can email us and you can send us tweets and you can go to our website and just talk to us all you want. We love to hear from you guys. We appreciate you watching, and that's it. So until next Sunday, we'll see you guys later. Bye.